What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we are gonna go over and review the new hero, Ithaqua, is how I'm saying it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably butchering most of these new heroes' names, but we're gonna go over the newest Shadow Assassin. So, before we do anything else, of course, being an assassin, a lot of people aren't going to have that guild tech you need for it. So that's going to be the first thing if you plan on building this hero to do. So we'll go over a few things here. We're going to do a quick hero overview. We're going to jump into some PvP. Before we go too far in this, all this footage comes from GDP. I don't know if you know him from our streams. He's always commenting. He has a YouTube channel. He's been putting some little bits of content out here and there. Definitely go to the description right now. Check out the link. It's the link to his full VOD for his live stream last night. So if you want to get his breakdown on what he was doing, decisions he was making, gear setups for different attempts, definitely check out that video. Give that guy a subscribe, man. Hit him up with a subscribe. He's been building every new hero, so chances are next month, if there's a new hero, he might be building it. So we just want to make sure we get that straight. Make sure you guys go subscribe to GDP. But let's go over Ithaqua and her skills. I always like starting with the passives first. So let's talk about the third passive, Necro Summoning. So what this does is it makes her basic attack target the enemy with the lowest HP, dealing damage and inflicting Ghost Possessed effect for 3 rounds. So Ghost Possessed can be really strong. What it does is when she releases an active or a basic skill, she will release the same attack on the enemies inflicted with Ghost Possessed. So this is a hero and an ability that reminds me a lot of Oberon, where having more than one of them could be really, really strong. And GDP said he would love to have 2 of her in a lineup and see how it does, because when the enemy is inflicted with Ghost Possessed, take damage, it spreads it across all of them. So what it also heals as well, so it restores 100% of the damage dealt back to the HP. That's kind of crazy. Of course, it doesn't count the dot damage or anything like that, and it's not stackable, so it's just a one-off type thing. The second passive, Poisonous Blade. When Ithaqua releases skills or normal attacks, deals poison damage by 50% of the damage dealt for 2 rounds. So it's based on how much damage she is doing, and when she crits, it will also add a bleed for the same style effect. So you really want her critting to get both a poison and a bleed on the target. It can also help with Delasium, so that's the potential. Having a couple Ithquas, a Delasium, some carries, that would be I think an optimal lineup for her. But right now she struggles a little bit in PvP by herself. But with Poisonous Blade, when she kills an enemy, it inflicts them another target with Ghost Possessed, a random enemy, and increases her armor break by 100%. So this is where you can kind of start chaining a bunch of Ghost Possessed all together. Her first passive, Ode to Shadow, is her stat buffs: attack, crit damage, speed, and control immunity. So 30% control immunity, pretty good. Not having any damage reduced means she's going to be very, very squishy, just like Nakia is in PvP. But let's jump over, look at Ghost Possession, which is the active skill. So it deals damage against the enemy with the lowest HP, while dealing an extra 10% of the max HP capped out by her attack. So very similar to heroes like Aspen, Ada, another similar effect where it counts as 2 different sources of damage, and inflicts the target with Ghost Possessed, which, lasts for 3 rounds. So the whole goal here with this hero, I feel like, is getting multiple Ghost Possessions on multiple targets. The more Ithquas, I feel like, the better. The one downside is even when you have multiples, they should continue to target the target with the lowest HP, which technically might just be the same target, so that is the downside. But yeah, I mean, overall, she seems like she could be okay in pairs. Right now, I think she is a bit underwhelming. You guys can check out this footage coming up right here. We have a bunch of different compositions, mainly with at least 2 carries, but going up against a bunch of different PvP teams. overall the success rate was still good, but again, that could be partially in part due to being carries on offense since they have the advantage. We'll have to see though. We'll have to see a little bit more of a breakdown. I did notice that GDP also did some Sealand attempts on Sealand 18 with a Horus, the normal Horus plus, lineup, and then Ithaqua as well. Didn't really go that well, and I don't think she's gonna be a huge difference when it comes to Shadow Sealand, sadly. But later today, hopefully, we'll get our hands on our own copy on someone else's account, and we'll go through some Aspen, we'll go over some Flame Shrine attempts, maybe, things like that. So we'll check out the PvE side of her later, but stay tuned right here. We're gonna go over and show you a bunch of different PvP fights. So hopefully she ends up being a decent hero. I'd love to see these heroes be more of niche heroes where not every hero that comes out is ridiculously overpowered. I feel like it's healthier for the PvP meta. Carrie is the one abnormally where she kind of ruined the meta, and I feel like we're stuck with carries until possibly the light hero, which should be at Anniversary. So we'll have to see, but hopefully you guys enjoy this footage. Definitely huge shout out to GDP for letting us use some of his footage from his live stream last night. Make sure you guys go to the description right now, click that link, give that man a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.